Welcome to the Terror Dome right here in Tifton, Georgia. Eric Tabor joining you live at the McDonald's Invitational Basketball Tournament. We're at Tift County High School getting set for tip-off, and this is going to be a fantastic ball game, and I hope you're ready for some great basketball action. I'd like to thank you for joining the broadcast, and I hope you will enjoy as you missed Frankie the Firebird from the Georgia Firebirds coming through just a second ago to really get the crowd amped up. And I think Frankie he's right at my vantage point right now and telling me hello, getting ready to head on out. And I'd like to thank Frankie and the Georgia Firebirds for being a sponsor of the broadcast. And the Tift County Blue Devils were just introduced. The star of this team is number 24, PJ. His name is Preston Horn, but everybody calls him PJ. He averages just under 24 points a game, and he is this team's leader. As he goes, so does this team. And tonight they will be facing the Milton High Eagles, and they're led by a pair of guys, one of them who is a commit right now to the Duke Blue Devils, and that's going to be number 11, Alex O'Connell. Keep your eye on him. He can take the ball to the basket, and, ladies and gentlemen, he can dominate in the paint, and look for him to shoot the three. He is a jump shooter, and look out for number 11, Alex O'Connell, for the Milton Eagles. We're getting set for the tip-off. The Tift County Blue Devils the head coach is Eric Holland, as we had a technical foul early before the game started. Basically, the rule of thumb is players, when they wear knee pads or such, must wear black or the main color of the uniform. The Blue Devils will bring it up court. Terrell gets it over to Johnson. Johnson back over to Terrell. Back to Johnson, back to Terrell. Get it over to Bateman. Bateman gets it inside to Lloyd. Lloyd back over to Terrell. Inside for PJ. Misses it. Rebound. Give PJ a horn. The putback and the basket. Tift County leads 3-0, and a turnover already. Bateman for three. Boom goes the dynamite. And we've got a timeout on the floor as Tift County leads 6-0. A fantastic ball game right now, and we'd like to thank everyone for joining the broadcast. And we'd like to thank Ronald McDonald House Charities, who've been a proud mission sponsor of McDonald's since 1974. Ronald McDonald House Charities Central Georgia has been serving your friends and family since 2002. 6,000 families, 60,000 nights. Milton High will inbound the basketball. It's going to be stolen. And with the easy basket, PJ Horn. Tift County with a lot of pressure and a tough call here. I didn't quite see a foul. Milton inbounds the basketball. Graves is going to give it up to Hairston. Hairston calling the play. Gets it out to Wright. Wright's looking, and it's going to be stolen by Johnson. Johnson gives it up to Lloyd. Lloyd gets his own rebound after the miss. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession stays with the Blue Devils. The Milton High Eagles, ranked early in the season, but have struggled as they're only 2-5 right now. As Johnson setting the offense. Gets it out to Terrell, back to Johnson. Johnson thought about it, gets it to Terrell. Terrell's going to take it from way downtown. Boom, shaka-laka-laka. 11-0 run by the Tift County Blue Devils. And that's another turnover. Tift County takes possession with 6:05 remaining in the first quarter. Terrell inbounds the basketball to Johnson. Johnson gets it across the midcourt stripe to Terrell. Terrell back to Johnson. They're trying to set up the offense. Tift County likes to run. They get it up underneath to Lloyd. Lloyd is going to draw the foul. Send him to the free throw line. 5:44 remaining in the first quarter. Fred Lloyd, his best game was against Valdosta on the 3rd of this month. He scored 18 points. He had a three-pointer and was 75% from the free throw line during that game. He missed it, but it's stolen by P.J. Horn, who gets the basket, and Tift County is continuing with the pressure. Ball goes out of bounds, and Tift County will continue to hold possession of the basketball. Coach Holland screaming instructions to his team, gets it inside, and rather than giving the easy basket, they're going to send Preston Horn to the line. And great box out and play by Horn. Horn steps inside the paint, and there's nothing you can do other than to try to foul him to prevent the basket. Milton yet to score in this game, and 5:31 to go as Horn makes them both. And the pressure is there by Tift County, and they do finally break the press as Johnson tries to get it up and misses the layup. Tift County is going to run. They don't have the numbers, but they get it out to Montavious Terrell. This is his first year dressing with the varsity for the Blue Devils. Yates being guarded by Preston. And that ball's going to go out of bounds on Adam Brown. Another turnover, and we've had 3+ minutes of basketball and not a basket yet by the Eagles. Johnson going to bring the ball up the court. Tift County has had some unbelievable pressure on defense. They tried to get it inside to Horn. Horn mishandles it, loses it. And finally, Milton has a chance as Yates drives to the basket and draws the foul. Jordan Yates will go to the line to try to make the first basket for the Milton Eagles. Jordan Yates makes the first basket, and now the Blue Devils have a hockey substitution as they bring in a fresh 5 as they lead 17-1. Yates makes the second of two. Marshall handling the ball. Gets it out to Johnson. It's back over to Marshall. Tyree Marshall has it stolen, and we've got showtime. That's the man I was talking about. Alex O'Connell, the Duke commit, shows you why he's going to be a Duke Blue Devil next season. We've got a timeout, and I'd like to thank the proud sponsors of the 7th Annual McDonald's Tift County Invitational. That's Tennyson Nissan, Publix, the Williams Hotel Group, the Atlanta Region McDonald's, the Georgia Firebirds, Think Tifton, the Tifton Chamber of Commerce, Name Droppers, Fast Copy, and Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Georgia. We're coming back to live action. And Johnson's going to bring it up the court. Getting a little pressure from O'Connell. And a little pressure from Wright. He's going to get it out to Copeland. Copeland gets it inside, and we're going to get a travel and a turnover. And we've got mass substitutions once again by the Blue Devils, as Coach Holland did not like anything he saw. Harrison going to bring it up the court. Being guarded by Terrell. He gets it over. They're going to get it to Hensley. Hensley tries to get it inside to O'Connell, but couldn't get it. It's a turnover. Micah Johnson is going to bring it up the court. Gets it out to Bateman. Bateman gets it inside to Terrell. Back out to Bateman. Gets it back over to Johnson. They're going to swing it out and try to set it up. They get it inside to the big man, Lloyd, and he's going to draw the foul. Lloyd, a 6'5" senior, draws the foul and will go to the line and shoot two. That one hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Second one just a little off, but we've got a whistle and a foul. .3:19 to go in the quarter. Milton to inbound the basketball. And I think we're going to get a foul on Rashad Bateman, and that's going to bring Chad Copeland into the game. Chad Copeland, I stand corrected, into the game. Copeland, a 5'10", 180-pound junior. You also want to keep an eye on number 15 for Milton. That's Bradley O'Connell, and that's Alex's brother, younger brother. And we want to get a walk, and the officials get it right the first time. The GHSA officials doing a great job thus far in the contest. Terrell tries to take a three, gets none. Rebound by Copeland. They're going to get it inside to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to draw the foul. Well, they're going to call Lloyd for the foul. Milton getting the ball up the court with a little bit of pressure. Handling it is Christian Wright. He's a dynamic diaper dandy. He's just a freshman, 6'1", 165 pounds. But he is a silky smooth point guard. That ball is going to be stolen by Johnson. Johnson going to take it, try to go coast to coast, but draws the foul. Donovan Harrison will take the foul. As Johnson will go to the line. He did not want to be posterized on a highlight reel, so he had nothing to do but commit the foul. 2:23 remaining in the first quarter. Johnson makes the first of two. Just a little off, but guess who's there to get the rebound? Fred Lloyd, and he goes to the charity stripe. Great job underneath by Lloyd as Donovan Harrison once again has to commit another foul. Lloyd makes the basket and extends the Tift County lead to 18. Great defense by Lloyd, knocking the ball out of bounds to slow it down. The Milton Eagles bringing the ball up the court. Christian Wright is a guy that you're going to have to look out for. We've got a travel. They're going to call O'Connell for the travel because you have to respect him. This youngster can also shoot the three, and you have to get out there to defend him. And they're going to call Jordan Yates, 6'1" sophomore guard, for an off-the-ball foul. And that's going to send Fred Lloyd to the line, the 6'5" senior that can play power forward or center. And he is a 4-year letterman for the Blue Devils. He makes them both. And now it is a 20-point lead for the Blue Devils. Great move to the basket. Jordan Yates showing you he can do whatever you can do. Milton showing a little pressure. They get it inside to Lloyd. Lloyd gets the misses, but P.J. Horn, Preston, his mama named him Preston, so I'm going to call him Preston, with the tip in. Going inside, but we're going to get a foul, and that's going to be against number 10, Chad Copeland, the 5'10", 165-pound junior guard. And the coaches were saying it should have been in the act as they get it to O'Connell. O'Connell blocked, but they're going to call a goaltend on Horn, so they say count the basket. Johnson tries to drive the lane, sets it back out. They're going to reset the offense. Johnson gets it to Copeland. Copeland gets it inside to Lloyd. Lloyd takes the jumper, misses. Rebound O'Connell. O'Connell, who can also handle the ball as well. We'll talk a little more about him as the game progresses. And you're going to see Wright shoots the three, gets none. Rebound Blue Devils. as we are down to 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Copeland takes the three, misses. Rebound Wright. Wright's going to take it up the court, and he's going to take a spill on the floor. And he's right below our broadcast booth. And he'll go to the free throw line and shoot two. Christian Wright, a true freshman, just in the 9th grade, and he has been elected one of the team captains. Wright shot up and missed. Johnson gets it to Johnson. We can call it the Johnson and Johnson connection. Monquavius Johnson checks out of the game, and Montravius Terrell checks in. They get it inside, and it's highlight time as Horn takes it to the basket. And that'll end the first quarter as the Blue Devils have a 20-point bulge. A great contest so far if you are a Blue Devil fan. No.
What channel?
Welcome back as we've got a great game so far. Wright's going to try to get it inside to O'Connell. O'Connell could not handle it. Brady O'Connell, that is. The younger brother of Alex. And they're going to get Brady O'Connell on a foul, and that's going to send Horn to the line to shoot two. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone who has been a part who made this broadcast possible. And I hope you're enjoying it. This is the first of 4 games that we'll be broadcasting this week. We will have 2 tomorrow. Get ready as you're going to see some great basketball, GHSA basketball action. As we've got a whistle as Hairston will go to the line. But you're going to see some great basketball action coming up this week. Tomorrow, 2 games on deck right here live on YouTube. You'll be able to check out. You'll be able to check out a lot of basketball action, some of the best in the GHSA. One of the first teams that you'll see, and you're watching them tonight, Tift County. Tomorrow you'll get a chance to see Westover High School, a perennial powerhouse. Duluth out of Atlanta, another perennial powerhouse. Morgan High, another perennial powerhouse. And then on deck, Christmas Eve, a special Christmas Eve special. How about the Tift County Blue Devils versus the Westover Patriots? That's going to be an outstanding game, and it's going to be live at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So Make sure you set your calendars, set your clocks, set your YouTube streams, as this is going to be a great ball game. And Horn makes the basket. The score is now 32-10, a 22-point bulge for the Blue Devils. And the Blue Devils aren't letting up. They've got a lot of pressure. And they're paying a lot of respect to O'Connell. O'Connell draws the foul and doesn't quite get the basket. They're going to say O'Connell charged. So Tift County will get possession of the basketball. They get it out to Horn. Horn back inside to Lloyd. Lloyd over to Johnson. Johnson gets it inside to Horn. Back to Johnson. Horn with the bucket. 24-point lead for the Blue Devils. And Christian tried to drive the lane, and Coach Holland is upset. Wright will go to the line and shoot two. Makes the first. Marshall and Copeland will check into the game for the Blue Devils. Wright with the basket. Marshall tried to go coast to coast, but Preston Horn with the finish. And we're going to get a travel on Christian Wright. And they're going to turn the ball over to this potent Blue Devil team. Marshall gets it across the timeline. Gets it inside to Horn. Horn's going to take a 13-footer. Count it. And Tift County still has the pressure on. O'Connell gets it to his brother O'Connell. He's going to shoot a long three. It's off. Rebound. Horn. Horn gives it to Copeland. Now Copeland gets it out to Marshall. Tyree Marshall, 5'6", 145-pound guard. And you know what? There is no let-up on Dr. Eric Holland. His sixth season with the Blue Devils. Marshall trying to set the offense. Gets it over to Bateman, back to Marshall. Back over to Marshall. I stand corrected. Montravius Terrell with a three ball. Oh, my. It's going to be a block and out of bounds. Milton Eagles will take possession. And Coach Holland wants an explanation. And he is still talking with the officials. And he just wants an explanation as to what's happening. But I'd like to once again thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the 7th Annual McDonald's Tift County Invitational. Visit the 3 locations here in Tifton. The one on 2nd Street at I-75, Tift Avenue, and on Highway 82. And you know what? What would I do without a Big Mac? So I want to thank everyone who is part of the McDonald's organization here in Tifton, Georgia, for making this all possible. Because McDonald's supports schools and organizations through fundraisers like the McTeachers Night and Support Night. Just want to remind you that your group will receive a 20% donation from your local McDonald's based on the percentage of sales that are generated for a 3-hour period. More on that coming up. Wright will go to the line and shoot 2. First one, just a little bit off. He rims it to the side. Second one, that one's off just a little bit. Rebound, Tift County. They get it out to Marshall. Marshall kicks it over to Terrell. Terrell back out to Lloyd, who's going to take the jumper. Boom goes the dynamite. 44-12. The score. O'Connell, all kinds of silky moves. And it would have been nice to finish it, and the crowd does not understand the call. Alex O'Connell will go to the line and shoot 2. 6'6", 170-pound senior, the Duke commit. This is the guy everyone has been salivating over. When he came in as a freshman, he was only about 5'9", 5'8", but he's grown 7 or 8 inches, and as his height went, so improved his basketball ability. As O'Connell makes the second of 2. Marshall gets it across the timeline. There's some pressure by Harrison. And it's going to be stolen by O'Connell. Uh-oh, it's showtime. Oh, man. Oh, my. O'Connell misses the dunk. It was showtime. Tough break for the Eagles. They're going to get it inside to Marshall. Marshall gets it across the timeline. Gets it to Lloyd. Lloyd's looking to set it up. Gets it over to Terrell. Terrell makes a move, gets past O'Connell. Going to take it to the basket, gives it up to Lloyd. Lloyd can't believe he mishandled it because he had an easy deuce. Ball goes out of bounds. Marshall to inbound it. Gets it up. It's a dunk by Micah Johnson. They're ratcheting up the pressure once again. Tift County likes to call it 32 minutes of pressure. Johnson's going to push it up the court. Oh, my! I thought I saw an ankle break on that play. 46-13. What a move that he put on Donovan Hairston. That's going to make somebody's highlight reel. Dare I say, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. 48-13 the score. A 35-point lead by the Tift County Blue Devils. Hairston will go to the line, shoot 2. He misses the first, a 5'9", 160-pound sophomore guard. The Milton Eagles in the Atlanta area, Alpharetta, Georgia, for those of you who are familiar with the Atlanta region. Hairston makes the second. Milton ratchets up the pressure. Hairston in trouble. Gets it to O'Connell. O'Connell for 3. Rims short. They're going to try to push it. They get it to Horn. Horn gets it over to Johnson. Johnson thought about it, didn't take it. goes out to Jackson. Otis Jackson. And you get a steal. Collins. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession arrow, or possession will go to Milton High. 50-14 the score with 3:05 to go in the half. Both teams are in the bonus. Yates bringing the ball up the court. Gets it to O'Connell. O'Connell gets a pick from Bennett. Gets it down low to Bennett. Bennett goes up and in. Matthew Bennett, the 685-pounder with the basket. 2:35 remaining in the half. Micah Johnson with the basketball. Gets it over to Collins. They get a tie-up, and they call it a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to go to the Blue Devils. And we've got a three ball, and it's missed as Collins. Camden Collins seems to be a fan favorite. And right now, I think O'Connell is starting to catch wind. You've got a double team in the corner, but Johnson gets it in. Oh, no! Give the basket to Camden Collins, and this crowd, this gym is about to explode. 52-18 to score. Yates tries to drive the basket, gets the deuce. They're going to get it inside to McLean. J. McLean with the basket. 6'4", 160-pounder. Listed on the roster as a junior. O'Connell's going to drive to the basket. Easy two. Micah Johnson bringing the ball up the court. We're under a minute to go in the half. They get it to Horn. Horn back out to Johnson. There's some token pressure by the Eagles. Johnson resetting it. Gets it over to Johnson. Jay Johnson passing to Micah Johnson. Back to Jay Johnson. Back to Micah Johnson. With 18 seconds, Micah Johnson's going to try to drive the lane. Gives it off. Draw. I thought there should have been a foul, but it's not. Uh-oh. Could it be? Wow. The rim has not been kind to Alex O'Connell. But he will go to the free throw line as it was 7.2 seconds remaining, a 32-point lead by the Blue Devils. Chad Copeland checking into the game for the Blue Devils. O'Connell with the basket. Micah Johnson trying to get it up court for that last shot. Clock ticking down. He's got to let one go. Do they count the basket? They say count the basket. 56-24. It's halftime. A great contest so far. We're going to take a quick pause for the cause and hope you enjoy the McDonald's Invitational live from Tifton, Georgia. Welcome back. We are live right here in Tifton, Georgia, as the Tift County Blue Devils seem to be taking the Milton Eagles to the woodshed as they lead 56-24 as we're getting set to start the second half. Eric Tabor bringing you all the play-by-play action of the Tifton McDonald's Tifton tournament from Tifton, Georgia. If you need to plan a birthday party, leave the planning to McDonald's. They have the hats, happy meals, and cake. Have festivities at the restaurant, or you can take a party to go. As we're back underway at the McDonald's Tifton Invitational Tournament. Wright's going to drive the lane. Gets no basket. Ball goes out of bounds off Tift County. As we've got Frankie the Firebird right in our view. Up and in, O'Connell with a basket. (56-24) the score. 56-26 the score. Johnson bringing the ball up the court. Gets it out to Bateman. Back to Horn. Back over to Terrell. Back to Johnson. Alley-oop. And we're going to get a foul on Vince Graves, the 6'6" forward who wanted to prevent from being posterized or the cameras flashing as he gets dunked on by Preston Horn. The first of two by Horn, up and in. Horn misses the second, but guess what? Bateman gets the rebound. Johnson setting it up as they're setting up the swing 24 play. And Horn for three, couldn't quite get it, but skying to get the rebound and the putback, Fred Lloyd. Fred Lloyd, a four-year letterman for the Tift County Blue Devils, as we've got a steal here, and it's almost showtime. Micah Johnson with the basket. His best game was a 23-point spurt against Thomasville on October 19th. And he went to the free throw line 16 times and made 13 of the 16 free throws in that contest. Harrison setting it up. Swings it out to Wright. Right to O'Connell. Down low to Graves. Graves couldn't quite get it. Rebound Johnson. Johnson gets it over to Bateman. Inside to Harrison. I stand corrected, Horn, who gets the basket. O'Connell gets it over to Harrison. Harrison misses the three, but inside they're going to get it back to O'Connell. O'Connell, Jr., well, stand corrected, not Junior, but Brady O'Connell, the brother of Alex O'Connell. And just a little backstory behind them. And Alex being a Duke commit, his father actually played for Duke in the 70s, so he is carrying on the legacy. Horn is going to draw the foul. And he got up a little slow, but he looks to be all right. Horn misses the first of two. 63-28 the score with 5:12 remaining in the third period. Horn makes the second. O'Connell got it inside to McGee. McGee gets fouled and will go to the line. Well, they're going to say it was not in the act of shooting, so they'll inbound the basketball. We've got a foul inside. They're going to call Micah Johnson with a foul. They're going to get it to O'Connell. O'Connell fights in the paint and is going to get the basket. They've cut the lead down to 34 with that bucket by O'Connell. Terrell handling the basketball. Going to drive the basket. Gets it inside. And Fred Lloyd with the bucket. Wright with the shot. Misses. They're trying to set it up outside for Hairston. Hairston inside to Brady O'Connell. And he's going to draw the foul and go to the line. That's Horn's second personal of the contest. Everybody knew coming into this game the guy to watch was going to be O'Connell for the Eagles, and he's been held in check. And the guy to watch for the Blue Devils was Preston, a.k.a. P.J. Horn, and we're going to get a foul. And that looks like that's going to be on Donovan Hairston. He's going to pick up his second. They get it inside to Horn, but a whistle before the basket. And that's going to be the fourth foul on Brady O'Connell. I'd like to thank our sponsors for this game, and that's one of the main sponsors is going to be McDonald's. You know, I'm loving it. Don't forget to try the McDonald's sausage gravy biscuits for just 99 cents. I mean, that's an outstanding deal. I actually had a chance to sample some of the McDonald's menu, and it's outstanding. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody that's part of G-Big Productions bringing you this broadcast. It's a family business. Jennifer Tabor and Blossom Tabor are on the cameras at midcourt. Our technical director and producer, Eric Tabor. Tift County inbound the basketball. Horn tried to take a three, rims out. O'Connell stops, pops, rims out again. It's going to be taken away by Bateman. Bateman gets it over to Terrell. Terrell's going to push it up the floor. They tried to get it inside to Preston Horn, but knocked out of bounds by the Milton High Eagles. They're going to get it inside the horn, and he shows you why he's a 24-point-a-game man. And he almost gets the steal. I don't care what level basketball you play, you always have to take care of that orange globe. Christian White gets it over to Donovan. He takes the shot and misses. Rebound Lloyd. Lloyd gets it over to Terrell. Terrell inside to Johnson. Johnson gets it over to Rashad Bateman. Bateman, a 43% free throw shooter and a 30% field goal shooter. And O'Connell trying to handle the ball and goes out of bounds, but they're going to call a foul on the Blue Devils. Matt Kramer, the head coach of the Milton Eagles, right now is on a 2-game losing streak, but Milton does not hate to, well, they hate to lose. Spotting up for 3 was Terrell. Terrell couldn't quite get it to fall. They're going to push it up. They give it to O'Connell. O'Connell's going to stop him. Pop for a 3. Short. And give it to PJ. PJ gets it inside. Showtime, and Fred Lloyd with the lay-in. Christian Wright setting up the offense. And it looks like they're going to get number 3, Montravius Terrell, for his 3rd personal. And we've got hockey substitutions as Coach Eric Holland, 6 years with the Blue Devils, 6 state playoff appearances. I can't begin to count how many Sweet 16, but he has 1 state title with the Blue Devils. Donovan pulls up, rims out, gets it out to Copeland. Copeland setting it up. Out to Jackson. Now they're going to get it out to Graydon. Graydon, I stand corrected, that was Marshall. Marshall over to Copeland. Copeland doesn't get the basket to fall. Rebound Yates. Yates gets it inside to Francis. Francis couldn't handle it. Marshall taking it up the court, decides to take it. Stops in the paint, pulls up, short. Rebound Barnes. I'm sorry, Mendez. And we're going to get a foul. And Mendez will inbound the basketball. Mendez gets it to Yates. Yates trying to set up the offense. Gets it to Mendez. Gets a pick. 18-footer off the side of the rim. Rebound the Blue Devils. Marshall bringing it up the floor. They're working it around the perimeter. Marshall looking. Almost stolen. They're going to get Yates. Well, Harrison, I stand corrected. Donovan Harrison with a foul. That'll be his 3rd personal. The Blue Devil offense is getting the Blue Devil starters are getting a long breather as we are under 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Copeland takes the shot and misses. Rebound Johnson. Johnson tried to get it inside, and it's going to be stolen. Great move, but he couldn't quite finish. Yates, and we've got a highlight reel coming up. Marshall with the basket as time expires. 74-31 the score. A 43-point bulge as we are getting set for the final 6 minutes. McDonald's, guess what? It's on your way in Nashville at 608 North Davis Street, in Adel at I-75 on exit 39, Tifton on I-75 exit 63 in Ashburn, I-75 exit 82, Fitzgerald, and in Fitzgerald on the Osceola Highway. Be sure to head to McDonald's after the game, show your game ticket, and get a free apple pie. As the tune in the background, Party Like a Rock Star, and I think that's what the Tift County Blue Devil are doing right now. Montravius Terrell gets it to Micah Johnson. Johnson back out to Horn. They're going to get it back over to Terrell. To Johnson. To Horn. Horn gives it up inside, and Lloyd's going to draw the foul and shoot two. The first shot is up and in. And we've got hockey substitutions once again for the Blue Devils, as I think for the most part Coach Eric Holland wants to take a quick, give his starters a break, as this game is pretty much in the books with 5:33 remaining. Pass is set up for Wright. Wright misses. Rebound Blue Devils. Tyree Marshall getting the ball up the court. 5'8" sophomore, silky smooth guard. Gets it over to Lloyd. Fred Lloyd gets it over to McMillan. And they're going to get it back to Marshall, who brings home the three. 78-31 the score. And that ball's going to be stolen. Marshall going to bring it up the floor. Gets it over to Marquavius Johnson, who, reminiscent Michael Jordan reverse layup, gets the deuce. We're going to get a foul. And now checking out of the game, Fred Lloyd getting a hand from his teammates. Yates shoots three, in and out. No box out by the Blue Devil. And Aaron Thompson gets the deuce. Johnson had a little trouble handling it. And Coach Holland, even though he has a 47-point lead, is still upset. And sometimes you wonder sometimes about coaching, but he is upset with a couple of his guys, he's letting them know, you don't finish. You finish the game the way you start, with intensity and fire and desire. Getting it inside. McLean missing. And this has been an awful shooting night for the Milton High Eagles. But this is a team that will be in the state playoffs. And one of the reasons why you want to play in these tournaments is to see the other style of basketball for the state. McLean with the basket. But the reason you want to see what the other style of basketball they're playing across the state, and Matthew Bennett gets the deuce for the Milton High Eagles. That ball's going to be stolen by Mendez. Mendez gets it across the timeline. We're going to get a foul. But most of the starters for Milton High are off the court, with the exception of Christian Wright. And we've got wholesale hockey substitutions in once again for Eric Holland and those Blue Devils. Tift County 9-1, presumably with 2:31 remaining, will go to 10-1 in this young season as they're gearing up for region action. Tift County right now seeded number 2 in the region, behind Colquitt County. Colquitt County, who played earlier, right now is sitting at 8-0. They're on an 8-game win streak. Tift County played a tougher schedule and a tougher opponent, and they had a loss to a Florida team earlier this season. And that was their only road loss. They're undefeated in neutral sites and undefeated in the Blue Devil Gym. And Coach Holland has not finished coaching yet, and he is letting his players know this game is not over. You play till the final buzzer sounds. 2:12 remaining in the contest. And remember, birthday parties, let McDonald's handle the planning for you. They'll have the hats, the Happy Meals, and cake. Have the festivities at the restaurant, or you can take a party to go. Remember, McDonald's, I'm loving it. Graydon in the game. He's going to give it out to Collins. Collins shoots and misses. Rebound. And that's going to be Mackenzie Jackson with the putback. 6'6", 210-pound sophomore forward. And they're going to draw a foul as Aaron Thompson misses the bucket. (84-37) the score. And this was a lopsided win, to say the least. Tift County is going to hold the basketball. They tried to get it to Collins. Collins with the 3-ball misses. Collins has his own fan section. As Jay Johnson brings it into the front court. Collins tried to get it inside to Andrew Johnson. No go. Wright brings it up the court. The 3-ball by Adam Brown was a no-go, but they do get the putback with under 60 seconds, and we've got a substitution timeout. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to the broadcast, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's game as it stands with 39.4 seconds to go. The Blue Devils lead 84-40. And that's a 44-point bulge, and we're getting two players in that have not played at all this season. And there is still hustle in that Blue Devil team. That rebound will go to Adam Brown. Adam Brown gets it inside, and Aaron Thompson takes a fall on the court, and he is still down. That's the one thing you hate to see in a basketball game or any kind of tournament, is a player getting injured. And he is not moving. Training staff over taking a look. Let's just hope that this young man is okay. He is moving now. They've got him. He is turning. It looks like it might be his ankle or his knee. When you see Coach Eric Holland over as well for the Blue Devils, as we see the young man getting up. Aaron Thompson, and he can't put any weight on that ankle. With 50, and you hate to see that with 15.3 seconds to go in a contest. Let's just hope they can put some ice on that, and that young man will be ready to go in a day or two. We're down to the last 2 seconds. Shot no good. And Camden Collins gets the rebound. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the broadcast. Hope you enjoyed. So long from Tifton, Georgia, and the Tifton Invitational Basketball Tournament. We will see you tomorrow. The first game tip-off is scheduled for 5:30. We will hit the air shortly before 5:30. Hope you enjoyed it. So long, and see you tomorrow from Tifton, Georgia. Yours truly, Eric Tabor, G-Big Productions. We'd like to thank the sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Publix, Williams Hotel Group, Tennyson Nissan, Atlanta Regions McDonald's, the Georgia Firebirds, Name Droppers, Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Georgia, Fast Copy and Blueprint, and the Tifton Chamber of Commerce. All these folks help make this broadcast possible. Thank you guys so much for all you do in the community. Good night and so long from Tifton, Georgia.